everybody, so I want to try to do something different today. Now most of my videos are a little bit everywhere, but being a mother, as part of motherhood, you gotta cook. I am terrible at cooking. I'm one of the fish sticks and french fries type of cook, so I am going to try to make something up that just kind of came to my head, and then I'm going to cook it for you guys to see, and maybe if it's good, you guys will try it. If not, this will be a complete fail. Alright, so what I started to do, I didn't want to make this video too long, too boring, so I went ahead and I cut up some potatoes in very small pieces, and I added virgin olive oil, or extra virgin olive oil, and then I added some butter for flavoring. Okay, so I have my oven preheated to 400. Now that I've got that in there cooking, I'll probably leave it in there. I'm honestly not sure how long it takes to cook potatoes, so we will find out together. It is 2:23 right now, so let's see how long it does take, because I will probably forget this. So now what I'm going to do, I'm cutting up chicken to fry, and I do not like the fat, so I just cut it off. And yes, there's a trash can right here beside me. So I'm going to get this cut up, and then we will get started on cooking it, frying it. Okay guys, so I've got my chicken cut up and in the pan, and I have my eye set to 5.5, 6, or not my oven, my stovetop, sorry. Now, I do my chicken a little bit different than most people. I don't fry it in oil, grease, nothing like that. I just put it in there with the juices that's in there, and as you can tell, it's already looking really good. And it also helps it to not be so dry or oily. So with that, I am going to put some seasoning in it. I got this from Walmart. It's called Blackstone Chicken and Herb Seasoning. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that on it just for a little bit of taste, but we'll be adding it to something else as well. So I kind of also just keep stirring it as it cooks so it don't burn or cook on one side too long. Sometimes I'll just let it sit for a second, but not too much. So I'm just going to sit here and do this until it's done, and I'm going to pause it right here, and once this gets done, I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to show you a cream that I'm going to try to make. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure. Alrighty. Okay guys, I've got my chicken finished, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's very heavy. Now I'm going to show you a cream that I'm going to make. I don't know how it's going to be, so let's try it and see how it works. Okay, I'm going to start off with regular 2% milk. Okay, I filled the pan halfway with the milk. I'm going to add some cheese. I can tell you now that this is probably one of the most unhealthiest meals you would ever eat in your life. Okay, so I poured half a bag of cheese, and I used the mild cheddar. Okay, now this is where it's going to get kind of crazy, I guess. I'm going to add ranch. Yes, ranch. Not too much, but just enough to thicken it up a little bit. And to give it a little bit of spice, I'm going to add the Taco Bell Chipotle sauce. This stuff is really good. Okay, so now I'm going to stir it up. I'm going to let it get enough to where the cheese can melt, and we'll just kind of thicken it up a little bit. Yes, this sounds weird because it even sounds weird in my head, but it doesn't hurt to make a new recipe every once in a while. This is probably why I don't cook much. My husband is the cook of the family. Alrighty. Okay, so I've got this getting melted. Whoops. Or it's looking, it looks awesome. But one thing I did forget is I added some Mrs. Dash garlic and herb, as well as garlic powder to my sauce. Now I've got my potatoes out. I'm gonna check one, see how. Oh yeah. Ouchie. Yeah, it's a little hot. It's okay. I'm gonna. Okay, so they're gonna be a little bit mashed. That's okay. Okay, so now that I have that, and it is 2:53, so it's been about 30 minutes, I guess, that I had these in the oven. So now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add my chicken to the potatoes. And I'm going to mix it around a little. Let me show you how it looks. To me, it's looking pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to turn this off because it's still going to have time to melt in the stove. Mix. Alrighty. So I put that off to the side. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. But I added my mixture into my potatoes. I'll show you what it looks like. I may have to pick up my computer. So it's looking pretty good. Now I just hope it tastes as good as it looks. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook it for a little bit together, so that way the spices and everything can mix together. And then, because of my pint-sized pan or thing that I have, I ended up having some sauce left over. So if this kind of settles down a little bit, I'll have extra to put in there. So that will be fine. And then when I'm done and I take it out, I'm going to put the rest of the cheese on top of it to melt, and then stick it back in there for a few more minutes. So I'm going to leave it in the oven. Let's try 15 minutes and let's see how it goes from there. So about 3:15, we will see how it looks, okay? Okay, everybody, so here is the big reveal. I'm going to take it out of the oven. Look how awesome that looks. Can you see it, guys? beautiful. I'm so excited. Okay, so now it did go down, but I don't think I'm going to add any more of these or any more of the sauce. Excuse my dirty house. I'm going to open this. Okay, so now I'm going to add the rest of the cheese to the top. I can't seem to get my husband to want to help me with any of my videos, but he is my taste tester, so maybe he will let me do this with him. So I'm going to let him, I'm going to see if he will video. Okay. I'm going to see if he will let me video him taking the first bite to see how he likes it. If not, then I guess you guys know. If so, then you guys should try it. So this is empty. And it is 3:10, so I took it out 5 minutes early. And now I'm going to stick it back in there. Now, some of you are probably wondering why I am cooking supper so early. And the truth is that my husband works night shift. I'm not sure if he wants me to share yet what he does, but because he works night shift, I wake him up at 4. He eats, gets ready, and goes to work. So, I was thinking it would be a little bit later when it got done, but it happened to be 3 o'clock. So I'm going to leave it in there for a little bit. I did turn the oven off just because it is still hot, and I'm just wanting to let the cheese